Yo, 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 it's your boy Miles Cunningham. I'm traveling, so I ain't with my I ain't got my sound effects and all that stuff. But we can clap it up. It's your boy Miles Cunningham. What's going on? I'm here with the boy Ed Zone. You know what I'm saying? Ready to chop it up. And today we're talking about the importance of knowing yourself. Right? You know, every choice that we make, everything that we do in life has everything to do with who we are as people and the type of life that we're trying to design. The problem comes when we don't know ourselves and we're trying to make choices because of other people, or we're not being true to ourselves. We're allowing the influence of other people to stop us from being who we are, to stop us from making the choices based on who we are, so we can live the life that is actually meant for us. You understand what I'm saying? And so, we're gonna talk about that today. Your man Ed Zone, once again, he came up with the dope topic, so he's ready to go in. All right. So Ed, take it away, bro.
Respect, Miles. Respect as usual.
Yes,
Yes.
sir. Yes,
So,
sir.
what we're dealing with nowadays in 2021 is an epidemic of men, people in general, but we focusing on men right now. Men who
Facts.
don't know themselves, right? There's a lot of men who don't know themselves, and as a result, they allow other people to define who they are for them. They
Right.
allow other people to dictate their destiny in life. All right, and I'm expanding this far beyond women. We're gonna get to women, but this is much bigger than just dealing with women. You got people right now who are working jobs that they hate
Mm.
because their parents said you better become this or we'll disown you, right? So you got people right now going to medical school, knowing damn well they want to just be painting canvases all day, but they go into
Mm.
medical school because their parents said if you don't do this, we'll disown you, and they're going against who they really are. You have people right now taking all types of medications, Ritalin and all types of Adderall, all types of stuff because they allowed someone to put a label on them saying they got anxiety or they got ADD, ADHD, all these labels, right?
Right.
Because they did not know who they are. Right? You got people who have labeled themselves and say, "Oh, I got social anxiety. I'm scared to meet new people. I'm scared to approach women. I'm scared to make friends and all that stuff because of my social anxiety." When in reality, they don't have no social anxiety. They have a huge fragile ego and they're terrified of what other people will think about them. They're terrified that other people will reject them because it will hurt and damage that massive ego that they have,
Right.
right? You got people out here saying, "Oh, I'm depressed. I don't want to go out." Now, mind you, clinical depression is real, right? That is an
Mm-hmm.
actual neurological chemical imbalance that some people have. So that is a real condition. But you have other people out here who think they're depressed when they really just lack motivation.
Right.
Like no psychologist on earth would actually depress or would actually label them as depressed. These are just people who lack motivation,
Mm.
right? So because you have so many people out here who don't know themselves, what do they have in their life? A giant empty hole. They got a constant hunger that they can't seem to fill, right? Because they're not living how they really should live. They're not living the life that they're supposed to live and that they were meant to live,
Mm.
right? So now you got people playing video games 24/7, but they're still not satisfied. You got people smoking weed 24/7. Yo, most of my friends were like that. Most of my friends that I had back in the day, they would get up, wake, and bake. Now, I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with smoking weed, but these guys went overboard with it. They would get up, wake, and bake. They would smoke weed before lunch, smoke weed before dinner. They couldn't even watch a movie without smoking weed first, right? So when you have people who are constantly trying to fill a void in their life, they start self-medicating. Video games, weed, Netflix, YouTube. I've talked about this before. People are constantly trying to fill a void in their life. A lot of guys out here who are very lonely because they don't know themselves, because they don't have goals that they're working on. They don't have things that they are meant to do, things that they're talented with, things that they're good at. They use women to try to fill the void in their life. Why do you think so many guys have their day, their week, their month, and their year ruined when they get constant rejection from women or
Right.
women constantly telling them, no, I'm not interested? Why do you think you have guys calling Miles and Locario up every single day talking about I had to charge a chick to the game or a chick flaked on me when that chick should have been out of sight, out of mind the minute she said no or the minute she didn't do what you wanted to do, which you and Locario say all the time anyway, right? These guys will dwell on what didn't happen with a chick because they
Right.
were counting on her to be their happiness.
Mm.
When you don't know yourself, right? When you don't know who you are, you seek things outside yourself to try to complete who you are because you are not complete with yourself and by yourself.
Right.
That's why you have so many guys walking around talking about, I'm red pill aware, I'm red pill, I'm an incel, I'm MGTOW, all of that stuff, because they don't know who they are. And like I said a few episodes back, right? When you don't know who you are or you are incomplete in yourself, you replace your identity with an idea, right?
Mm.
You trade your identity for ideas, especially popular ideas on YouTube, because you're still trying to find who you are. You're still trying to find that person. Right? If your name is Daniel, you're still trying to find Daniel. If your name is Ed, you're still trying to find Ed. Whoever you are, you're trying to find that person because you haven't found them yet. That person's lost and you're lost, and y'all trying to meet each other so that you can be complete by yourself and within yourself. You understand what I'm saying? So
Facts.
when you have all these people walking around incomplete, like I said before, everything outside of them, they're looking for something to grab on to be complete and understand who they really are. Right? Now, you're gonna have dudes out here who, because they're incomplete and they're looking for happiness outside themselves and they're looking for women as one source of their happiness, when a woman disrespects them, right? They're gonna be like, you know what, I'm gonna give her another chance instead of her throwing her in the garbage, not literally, right, but figuratively throwing her in the garbage and moving on with your life, right? You're saying, you know what, maybe she was having a bad day, maybe it was something I did. Let me give her a chance. Let me give her another chance. You got a chick telling you, oh, no, I don't want to eat there, I want to eat there, right? Oh no, I don't want to go there, I want to go there. That's too much work for me. You got chicks making fun of you, all right, calling you stupid to your face, cursing you out in public, and you're sitting there and taking it. You know what? She having a bad day. Maybe just let me just give her one more chance. Because when you don't know who you are, you don't know what you will stand for and what you won't stand for. When you don't know who you are, you can't put boundaries on yourself, let alone other people.
Right.
Right. So when you're firmly entrenched in who you are, every man is going to have ironclad rules for his life, things that he will do and things that he won't do, things that he will allow from other people and things that he will not allow. Right. That's when it goes into when you should check a person, not just women, but family members, friends, etc. When you co-workers, when you should check people and when you should charge people. Right. When you don't know who you are, you're not going to know when to do which, right?
Right.
You're going to be holding on to people that you should have charged a long time ago, right? That's why you got dudes who are married sleeping on the couch right now because they're married to a chick who they should have charged years ago, which is insane to me.
Yo.
I'm gonna keep repeating that. I'm gonna keep saying that line, especially because it's so true and it's going on every single day. How the hell do you promote someone all the way to marriage, right? How the hell do you promote someone all the way to marriage and you don't know who that person is, and that person has no respect for you?
Hmm.
It's because you don't know yourself. You don't know, like, listen, when you know yourself, right, you're gonna say to yourself, listen, if someone does X, I'm gonna do Y. If someone does A, I'm going to do B. If I tell her to do A and she refuses to do B and does C instead, she's gone, right? But no, what did they do? A chick flakes on them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 times. They're still lining up for a date for her, right? A chick is hiding, not even. I was gonna say hiding her phone, but that's irrelevant. Like what's going on in her phone is not even relevant. But let's say you got a chick who you're in a relationship with, and she's still talking to her ex-boyfriend or something like that, right? You got guys who are like, it's cool. Yeah. That's perfectly fine. Yeah, she can meet up with him. Oh, you spent a week alone with your ex-boyfriend? That's perfectly cool. I let her do whatever she wants to do, right? You got dudes in relationships, and the chick is coming in anytime that she wants to come in. She's not checking with him before she, goes anywhere or whatever. She's having constant girls trips, right? She's constantly posting thirst traps on IG. She's doing all types of things, basically living the same way she was before she got in a relationship with you. She's basically single, right? She's living like she's single because she does not respect you. Oh, I see the question from Beck.
Right.
Scared to lose his girlfriend. I'm paranoid. I don't know what I'm going to do. If it happens, I don't want to feel that feeling. Beck, you got to understand and you got to be able to be happy with you no matter what. right? There's been times in my life where I've had no females whatsoever. My phone was dry as hell. I had not one female's number in my phone. That's happened to me a few times, especially in my early 20s. No numbers in my phone, wasn't talking to no chicks, and I was still happy. You know why? Because I gave myself projects to work on. I gave myself things to do. I focused on me. You got to understand that women are not your life. Women are not your life. Women are a perk and a result of working on yourself. When you work
Facts.
on yourself, right? And I'm not talking about following your purpose and that cliches that a lot of dudes like to regurgitate. I'm talking about you get your masculinity up. You make sure your assertiveness is on point. You're aggressive when you need to be aggressive. Your leadership skills are 1000% on point. You come up with different scenarios in your head so that you're prepared for different situations and never caught off guard, right? Which is another part of leadership, is being prepared. You make sure that you're complete in every single way as a man. You learn as much as you can about the world. You learn as much practical knowledge and even some so quote unquote useless knowledge that might be valuable down the road. You learn as much as you can. You complete yourself as a man so that you know that you will be attractive to a wide range of women. If you lose this one, you will be able to replace her easily. And on top of that, you got to ask yourself, what is so special about this chick that I'm scared to lose her? What makes her so different than any other chick? Does she have 8 arms? Can she change colors? Can she shoot laser beams out her eyes? Is she able to fly? Does she shit diamonds? If she shits diamonds and golds, bro, hold on to her for dear life. Beck, don't ever let her go. If she shits diamonds and golds, hold on to that chick, yo. Please do not let her go. But if she don't shit diamonds and gold and you can't be a millionaire just from her having diarrhea or something like that, you can let her go, bro.
You
You can
are.
let her go.
Look. Let me tell you, man. Getting to know yourself, to be honest, can be a scary process. You understand, especially as a man, because no matter what society says, the challenge of masculinity is always a little bit more prestigious, I would say, than that of a female. Because this is why a female's list is so long when it comes to finding a mate. You understand? Because there's a lot that we're responsible for as men. Even though they love to act like they don't need no man and they strongly independent, at the end of the day, the list is always long because a man is responsible for so much, right? And with that, and with all of those responsibilities and all of that challenge that comes with getting to know yourself, especially as a man, it can get very challenging because knowing yourself doesn't necessarily, it's not all rainbows. It's not all, oh yeah, I know myself. I'm that fly dude, you know what I'm saying? I get all the girls, I wear shades, I got a baldy, you know what I'm saying? I got a little beard and I look good and blah, blah, blah. Sometimes you have to, when you getting to know yourself also means getting to know your weaknesses. Yes. Right? Getting to know yourself also means understanding what it means to sacrifice. Because if you know who you are and there's something that you want, chances are you're going to have to sacrifice to get it. But if you're not willing to sacrifice to get it, then you'll never get it. Thus, you'll never actually get to the point where you're living the life of the person that you really are. Why? Because of fear. Yeah. Just like Beck, he said, if it happens, I don't want to feel that feeling. But let me tell you something, Beck. Getting to know who you are is not just about knowing who you are when you're happy and when your girl is loving on you and when everything is all good. Getting to know yourself many times has to do with how you respond to things when things are bad. How you process emotions and how you process scenarios in your life when things are not going your way. You understand? So you talking about I don't want to feel that feeling. That's literally you being afraid to getting to know yourself in a space of losing someone. You understand what I'm saying? Because look, I got news for you. God forbid your girlfriend could get hit by a bus tomorrow, and you will lose her anyway, and you will have to deal with that feeling regardless. You understand what I'm saying? Because sometimes life is like that. Sometimes life brings things to you that you're not even prepared for. You had no recollection or understanding, or you don't even know why it happened. But the point is that it happened. And now life is looking at you like, all right, so what you gonna do now? You understand? This is a part of the process of getting to know yourself. And that's what a lot of that's the challenge that a lot of men, especially in today's world, feel that that's overwhelming. They feel that it's too much. See, I don't want to really go there too much, but I honestly believe that that is an explanation for a lot of the dysmorphia of gender, identity, masculine versus feminine. You know, I've seen so many. I've seen so much documentation, so many videos of people explaining that. Like I saw a video one time, and this is all true. I'm not just saying this to prove my point, but I saw a video one time. It said, "I learned that life as a woman is not easier."
Mm.
So if you pay attention to the title that they chose to title that YouTube video, that means that they assumed that being a woman would be easier than being a man, which is a part, I'm not saying the only reason, but it was a part of the reason why you chose the option to try to become a woman as opposed to staying a man. You get what I'm saying? So your choice wasn't wholehearted. You weren't actually a woman trapped in a man's body. No, you were seeking an easier path to life. Why? Because you were too afraid to get to know who you are as a masculine being. So now you're trying to figure, well, maybe it'll be easier being a female because, females get, child support, and females get so much government assistance. And there's so many programs for battered women and abused women and so much and so on and so forth. So obviously society is a little bit easier on females. So let me try to become a female and see how that works. And then you do a YouTube video called, "Hey, life is not easier as a female."
Right.
You understand? Because, like I said, getting to know who you are and understanding the importance of knowing yourself is not all rainbows. It's not all good times. Sometimes you got to go through some shit. Sometimes you got to get disappointed. Sometimes you got to get an injury. Sometimes you got to lose all your money. Sometimes you got to get rejected by a girl. You got to get dumped. You got to get ghosted. You got to get flaked on. All of these things that we talk about.
Yeah.
All of these things need to happen in order for you to get closer to that person that you are. Because I'm gonna tell y'all something, whether you want to believe it or not, the reason why you're not getting what you want out of life, including women, is because you don't know yourself. And every time that you choose to shy away from a difficult situation, that's you shying away from a lesson about who you really are. And the more you shy away is the more you stop yourself from learning who you really are. And the more you stop yourself from learning who you really are is the more that you're never going to get what you actually want out of this life.
Yes. 1,000%, 1,000%. And most men nowadays, and I heard Mr. 1950 on Sunday, Real Game No Theories podcast, say men haven't changed. But I'm going to disagree with that a little bit. Men have changed. Women haven't changed. But men have changed in that men in general nowadays are very afraid of discomfort. Right? You know how, even like how Beck said, I don't want to feel that feeling of fear, of loss, and all that.
Yes.
Men nowadays are very scared of discomfort. Anything that makes them uncomfortable, for the most men nowadays, most males, they run from it. When you look at guys in like our father's generation, our grandfathers, great-grandfathers, they welcome discomfort. They ran to uncomfortable situations. They would trek through miles and miles in the snow. They would be out in the woods chopping wood, doing all types of hard labor, all types of things that made them feel very physically and mentally uncomfortable.
Right.
But they understood that heat and pressure forms diamonds, right? Literally,
exactly.
Heat and pressure forms diamonds. So when you put yourself through all these rough situations, rough physical training, mental training, all of that, that is what makes you literally a physically and mentally stronger person. And that is what gives you lessons for you to literally pass down to the next generation.
Exactly.
You cannot pass down lessons if you haven't been through nothing. If every time you enter a situation that's slightly uncomfortable or goes a little bit different from how you expected it to be, you run, you're not going to stay still. You're going to regress. You're going to go backwards. You're going to go back into a childlike state, right? If every time you muster up, I keep using that term, muster up the courage to approach a woman, and say, "Hi, my name is Daniel. Can you?" And she goes, "No, I'm not interested," and keeps walking. If every time something like that happens to you, that ruins your whole day, and you don't want to talk to women for the rest of the week, you know what I'm saying? You are never going to improve.
Right.
You've got to start somewhere. You have a lot of dudes right now who work at a job that they hate, yo. They hate their boss. They want to punch him in the face. And they got a business idea that they know they want to start, but they're scared to do it because they're afraid they might fail,
Right.
right? There's no such thing as failure if you take the lesson out of it.
Mm-hmm.
Every loss is a lesson if you take that lesson out of it, right? You got to embrace the no's. You got to embrace the so-called rejections. You got to embrace the things that don't go your way. You got to embrace the chaos. You got to dive into the abyss sometimes. You have to do that.
Exactly.
Especially as a man, because I would say that most of the dudes in the chat right now might want kids someday. Some of them might have children. A lot of them might want children someday. As a father, right, especially if you have sons, what type of lessons are you going to teach him if you went to an escape world every time things went bad or every time things didn't go your own way? You have to, the best way to know who you really are, which is what we're talking about today, is to see yourself in adversity. Who are you when times are rough?
When times are rough,
Exactly. Who are you when your money's low, right? Because a lot of dudes like to lean on money as a crutch in order to get friends and women and all that. Right. Who are you when you lack, and who are you when you're at your lowest? Who are you when that curveball, that how life be throwing curveballs at us sometimes? When life throws that unexpected curveball at you, right? You expecting a 99-mile-an-hour fastball and it throws an 89-mile-an-hour changeup at you. What are you going to do in that situation? How do you adapt? That's one of the parts of knowing yourself. How well do you adapt to different situations, different environments, different people? There might be personalities you're not used to. People might have opinions you're not used to that hit you from left field, right? You might get your opinions or your beliefs challenged. How do you handle that? Different things can happen to you in life at any moment, right? So the best way for you to really grow and really see who you really are is not when times are good, because anybody can be at their happiest and at their best when times are nice. It's when times get rough. It's when you lose your girlfriend, right? It's when you lose that job. It's when you got to move from that house because the landlord jacked the rent up on you and all that stuff. It's when things like that happen. You got to go, damn, now I really have to rely on myself. That's when you and yourself have a heart to heart and y'all start talking to yourself and be like, yo, I really got to get it together and I really got to pull something out of nothing right now. I got to rely on myself more than ever. I keep quoting Lupe Fiasco because he's one of my favorite rappers. And in the track Letting Go, he had a verse where he was like, when I see my old self, I wonder if we still see alike. We was tight, seeing light, speaking right, and breathing life. Now I see my demons and barely even sleep at night, right? But basically what he's saying is like, the way I am now, how am I compared to who I used to be?
Right.
Are we still on the same page? Do we still agree? How much have I grown from what I used to be? You know what I'm saying? So when you really know yourself, you can actually document where you were last month, where you were last year, how much progress you've actually made. When you know yourself, that's when you can truly make goals that you know you can accomplish. Because a lot of people out here will say they want to do certain things because they don't know themselves, but not knowing that they might not have the discipline to accomplish that thing they say they wanted to accomplish, right? A lot of people out here got a bunch of wishes that they think are goals, right? If you really know yourself, you know what your temperament is. You know how you're going to react in certain situations. You know like I said before, you know what you're going to allow and what you're not going to allow. So when you know yourself, you know, okay, you'll say to yourself, you know what? I want to be a stockbroker, but you might not have the patience to be one. You might not have the patience to study for that SIE exam and that Series 7 and that Series 66. So what are you going to do that really fits you, your temperament, your patience, right? Your ability? What are you really going to do to fit who you actually are, right? What frame are you going to build for yourself that your puzzle pieces can fit in? And I'm not saying to box yourself in. I'm saying to shape yourself, to be the best version of yourself that you can be. You cannot be the best version of yourself without a foundation. You're your own house. You are the house, but knowing yourself is the foundation. And when you're building a house on wet cement, you're going to sink, right? And that's how you get people talking about, oh man, I don't have no motivation. Oh, I'm depressed. Oh, I don't feel like doing this. Oh, I don't feel like doing that. Oh, my day is ruined and my life is ruined because of this one little thing that didn't go my way. When you know yourself and know who you are, you know how resilient you are. You know what you can bounce back from.
Right, right. So I want to talk about, because I want to try to be solution oriented. I want to give guys a certain, like, path of progress that they can follow, and
$1,000%.
it really boils down to gratitude.
Yeah.
It really boils down to gratitude, because the thing is that what we have to understand about this gift of life is that every day that we wake up is another chance for us to get to learn more about ourselves. Is another chance for us to put ourselves in another situation, to experience something new, to learn something new. You understand what I'm saying? If we can look at things in a light of gratitude and realize, look, that thing didn't go my way, but I'm still alive. That means I have an option to learn from it. I have an option to, go over it and try to rethink it and try again tomorrow. You understand what I'm saying? Like, being grateful is one of the best things that we can do, because the problem is that a lot of times we only look at what is not going our way,
or what we don't have.
And what we don't have. But the truth is, if you're still alive, bro, you have all the potential in the world to get whatever it is you want.
Yeah.
So the only thing that's gonna stop you is death. And guess what? When you're dead, you don't even know. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So the fact is, you're still here. And if you're still here, that means there's a chance for you to go get what you gotta get.
Yes.
So if things are not going your way, you try to find the lessons. Stop because the thing is that looking at things looking at things in a negative light, literally stops progress. Yeah. Because the energy it takes to complain about shit and say, oh, why that bitch did this and fuck that and hypergamy and red pill rage and why my boss did that and why the subway is late and why you're literally listing like talking points for the devil. You understand what I'm saying? That's all you're doing. You're listing talking points for the devil. And what do we know about the devil? The devil uses people who are idle to do more bullshit. So you're only gonna regress. But when you have the attitude of gratitude, when you say to yourself, all right, things are not going my way right now, but let me take a moment and look at myself and say, look, all right, I'm still alive, I'm breathing, I have my 5 senses, I have my brain, I have my faculties, I have my health. You understand what I'm saying? There's people that I know. I have a mouth that I could talk, so I can meet new people and talk to them and see if they can become a resource for me. You see, when we talk about game, what a lot of cats don't understand is that we gotta play this shit. We have to play it. And unless you're dead, it's not over. That's the bottom line. Unless you're dead, it's not over. So there's always something to be thankful for. Always. You understand? But you have to make the choice to see it that way. You have to make the choice to look at it and like I said, sit there and list the most simplest things that's going on in your life right now. Because let me tell you something, man. Not a lot of people know, but there was a time in between when Lucario and I like got this business into a position where it could actually pay our bills.
Right.
And then before that, there was a time when I got fired from my corporate job and I was driving Uber for about a year. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Then I moved to Florida, and the whole time me and Lucario was grinding the whole time. But I moved to Florida, and I actually slept in the same bed as my father as a grown fucking man.
Wow.
You understand me? I did that shit for about 3 to 4 months.
Yeah.
And then after that, I slept on the floor of the factory because me and my dad had a business. Yeah. So I actually slept on the floor of the factory in the building. You understand, that we used to make our product and sell or whatever.
Right.
Until I was able to go get another job. You understand what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
still, all the time, me and Lucario's grinding. I'm on the thing, yelling at niggas, doing my thing,
Right.
making sure everybody's knowing about Lucario and the bad boy membership. Meanwhile, I'm sleeping on the fucking floor, bro.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So but at not one point did I say, you know what, Lucario, I'm gonna stop doing this Miles Cunningham shit. Fuck all this bad boy membership shit, because I'm sleeping on the floor. Nah, what did I do? I was grateful every day that I got up and had a chance to get online with Lucario and spit this game and talk to fellas and help fellas and change lives.
Yeah.
All of that came because I didn't feel sorry for myself, and none of y'all knew that I was sleeping on the floor.
Mm-hmm.
If you ask anybody, oh yeah, that nigga Miles, he crazy. Yeah, he probably living up in some high rise or some shit, or he probably living in a house somewhere chilling, comfortable. Nigga, no, I'm on the floor, bro. I'm on the floor, and in Florida is nothing but lizards and shit. I woke up a couple times to fucking lizards walking around, like crawling around the little blankets and shit that I was laying on the floor.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? And I'm only telling you guys this because it's literally a choice. A lot of dudes, if they just, I don't know, if they have to stay at their mom's house, comfortable house, right? They're like, but damn, man, I'm 20 something and I'm still living in my mom's house. Maybe I should just give up. And it's like, bro, I was 30 something sleeping in the bed with my father. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. Still going to the Baskin Robbins to use their internet to get on to do the shows and shit with Lucario.
Right. Yeah.
So none of y'all niggas who think y'all depressed and life is not going your way, none of y'all niggas can tell me shit. None of y'all niggas can tell me nothing. You understand? But the point I'm trying to make is that I was in what most would consider the low place, but I had gratitude for what I did have.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Yeah. I had gratitude because I still had that grind. I still had that hustler's ambition in me to continue to go. You feel me?
Right.
So be grateful, guys. As long as you're alive, you got a chance to be a millionaire tomorrow. And I'm not even joking. Because as long as you're alive and you could ask somebody for $1, then you could go play the fucking lottery. And you could get lucky and fucking win. Who knows? You see what I'm saying? Or if you stay alive long and, God forbid something happened to one of your family members, but check it out. You stay alive long enough, one of your family members die and you inherit, their fortune or their house or whatever it is. And then you can use that, flip it, and then, get yourself to another position. The point is to be patient and be grateful. You understand what I'm saying? Because to sit there and feel sorry for yourself and be negative about anything, you're only going to stay in that same spot. That's it. I'm telling you.
No, that's a fact. And because even before we started doing this broadcast today, I was thinking I want to point out issues, but I also want to go to solutions. Just like you said, I want to go to solutions. And when it comes to knowing yourself, one of the best ways for a man, or just anybody in general, but we focusing on men, right? To know yourself is to know what your talent is, right? Know what you're good at. Everybody has a talent. Like, people used to tell me years ago, this was a question I like to ask people a long time ago. It was like, what are your talents, right? And I would hear a lot of times people would tell me, I don't have any talents. I don't know. I don't have no talents, right? Every single person has a talent. The problem is a lot of people expect the talent to be some spectacular, grand, amazing thing, right? A lot of people expect the talent to be like, being able to juggle chainsaws and not get killed, or being able to breathe fire, some crazy shit. A talent could be something as simple as being able to talk to people and make friends easily. That's a talent, right? There's many different types of talents that a person can have. Find that talent, number one. Exploit that talent. Exploit the hell out of it. Make that talent your slave and use that talent to drive the rest of your life. Use that talent, take it, monetize it, expand to other areas, learn other things, network with other people who can give you more ideas and probably make you realize other talents that you have and keep going. Because a lot of dudes are like, man, and here's a common issue I hear with, a lot of the callers that call up to your show and that I see with my own eyes every single day. A lot of people lack confidence. They don't walk with any confidence. They trudge along. They're not looking forward to where they're going. Me, I walk 100 miles an hour. I walk super fast because everywhere I want to go, I want to get there ASAP, right? I'm moving people out my way. I'm getting past. I move at 100 miles an hour because I have my eyes set on whatever it is I want to do. When
Right.
you have talents, when you know yourself, a lot of dudes who call up to your show are like, oh man, but you got to do this and do that before you can get confidence. You got to accomplish this before you can get confidence. When you know what your talents are and you know what you're really good at, right? That right there will automatically breed confidence, right? You should have confidence anyway because you should be thankful that you are who you are. Just the fact that you're unique should give you confidence.
That too.
Because
That too.
nobody else on earth is like you. There's over 7 billion people on the planet, and there's only one of you.
Right.
That right there should give you all the confidence in the world.
Facts. That's a superpower.
When you start getting those tangibles, right, that will solidify that confidence. You already have it, but now you make it more concrete. You start adding layers to it. You're like, yeah, I can do that. That's nothing to me. And another part of confidence is being able to say, I don't know. I'm not as developed as I could be in this area. I'm not as knowledgeable as I should be in that area. That's also confidence. The confidence to say, I don't know it all. I'm not going to call up to guys who got way more experience with women and in the game with me and try to argue with them about, you niggas don't know what you're talking about. Huh? Money gets hoes, nigga. What you talking about? Huh? I bought a chick a $40 mac and cheese and she let me sniff her panties. What you talking about? You're not going to be that type of dude. Bro. You're not going to be that type of dude.
Right.
You're going to be like, you know what? I could tell that these guys know game. I understand that these guys know a whole lot more than me. You know what? Since I know myself, I know that I'm not complete in certain areas of my life. Let me listen to these guys, ask these guys for some advice, listen to the free knowledge that they drop in on a daily basis and apply that to my life so I can improve here, and here. When you know yourself, you know what you're good at, you know your talents, but you also know where you're deficient.
Exactly.
And you work to improve those deficiencies. And that's the solution. Holding a mirror up to yourself every single day. I got a collection on my site, normalbrands.com, that says my attitude is fueled by gratitude.
Right.
Because as Miles was saying, right? Yeah, as Miles was saying, when you are thankful for the little things, you will appreciate the big things that much more. And a lot of bigger opportunities will come into your life because every day is a chance for infinite opportunities.
Right.
All right. Be thankful for every day, even if you're not where you want to be in life, because I'm not where I want to be in life, but I know where I'm going to be in life. It's not a matter of if, it's when, right?
Exactly.
That's it. So when
you've already made the choice.
You're good. Once you have that mentality, you will get there, but you got to have the mentality. Your mentality creates your reality.
Facts. That's a good place to end it, man. Guys, soak up the game, guys. Soak up the game because this is real stuff. This is a lot of guys are going through shit. We understand it's not easy, but you have to be solution oriented. You gotta be grateful, and you gotta give yourself a chance to learn from your mistakes and get better every day. All right, fellas.
No doubt.
So again, Ed, you got your normalbrands.com, and then you have your Ed
my
Zone
YouTube channel. Edzone, EDDZone. That's my YouTube channel. You can check it out. The link should be in the comments. And like I said, I do nutrition. I talk about, social events, man-woman interactions, dynamics, all of that stuff. Check it out.
Perfect. Yeah, check out his YouTube, guys. He got a lot of cool stuff. He got that nutrition shit too. You feel me? So it's very important. All right. So it's your boy Miles Cunningham. Always remember the truth is inside you, and we're gonna get out of here. Peace. Y'all be easy.